Hey guys, Ilya here, and this time we're going to watch some episodes from several battles of mine, and we're going to focus on what light tanks around us do. We're going to focus on their mistakes so that we can learn from them, we can see what they do, how they fail, and we won't repeat these mistakes. So I'm in T34-2 here, it's not important. We are going to watch at T49 and Batchat 12T on the minimap in this battle. And immediately we see that Batchat 12T does a good thing in the beginning. It goes somewhere to the village on the right side of the map. It should really spot the crossing, the railway crossing, because the idea of spotting railway crossing is that you see everyone who goes to the hill, everyone who's in the middle of the map will get themselves spotted, of course, sooner or later. And then just whoever is not spotted is in the alley. So it gives information about basically all the positions of all the tanks of the enemy team in this battle. Instead, Batchat 12T kind of goes there for no reason, like he doesn't do anything. He's kind of there by doing nothing, and T49 is almost camping. The idea of T49 was to spot the crossing to E1, to spot the light which goes to E1. That's the primary goal. If you can stay there in the bush and spot, you know, the alley further and, you know, well, he would have spotted that heavy tank a lot earlier. But the main goal was to spot E1 so that the enemy light tank doesn't get to E1. And that T49 totally failed there too. And we already see Batchat 12T dead, basically, there. So the two light tanks are totally not playing their role, because they have certain tasks here. They are on, well, I think this is the best map for light tanks in the game. Yeah, I think it's better than Malinovka and all other maps, but it's definitely a very good map and there is a lot of spotting potential. Instead, Batchat 12T just did nothing, gave no information, gave no spotting for our team, and T49, well, it's standing just behind there and like do nothing. You know, I have a principle of 30 seconds, I invented it for myself, and my principle of 30 seconds states that if you neither deal damage nor assist within 30 seconds straight, for 30 seconds period, then you're a dead tank. Because you're as useful as a dead tank. Because if you're standing all useless, just prove me that you're better than a dead tank. Maybe you control some area. Maybe, but it's a very rare exception. Just go somewhere else and help your team. Find teammates which can provide you fire support, or just find some enemy you can flank. There are many ways you can be useful, so don't stick to one place, don't stick to one, say, goal on the map. Okay, now we're moving to highway and some stupid beginning here. And this is actually the battle that inspired me to make this video. Because what is going to happen next is, well, it just pissed me off. I mean, everything was good for me, as you're going to see, but I just imagined, what if I'm on the other team? But okay, it's too early, so I'm just getting to the front. Have a look at the enemy setup. It's 13105 and T100, two extremely dangerous scouts, totally invisible, and well, I'm driving here unspotted. Okay, the question is, where are the enemy lights? Because the goal of enemy light is to counter enemy light which is getting your team killed, like the one which goes to E1. And I'm driving around here and there goes the lamp. So we know that there is a light tank in the swamp up there. They have a swamp frog sitting up there. Okay, and where is the other light? We don't know that. And, well, I'm just driving around here completely free. I know where the light tank is in the swamp, which got me spotted there. And I see that my allies are all ready to shoot, and there is nobody who spots me, nobody who makes me any problem. And, like, I don't know what their lights are doing, but, you know, they're not getting any assistance. Again, they are probably not spotting anyone, maybe spotting one tank of ours. But they know that I operate here. They did spot me here once, and they see their allies dying around. Maybe they should do something about it. I just don't want to be on that side. You know, I imagine that I'm in some IS-7, I'm in some 140, Lorry, whatever. And my team dies, and my team loses, Not because I did something wrong, I can deal maybe 5, 6, 7,000. It won't help. Because all your teammates will be killed because your lights do nothing. So don't repeat these mistakes again. Don't sit like that in the swamp. There is the first light, and then a few moments later we find the second light. Look. Wait, there it is. It was sitting next to the first light. Oh my god, come on, like sitting the whole time and probably writing in the chat something like, stupid team. Well, the team distributed on the map in some weird way. You have to adjust to that. It doesn't mean that you have to sit in the bush and die. Please don't make such a mistake. I mean, I'm raging a bit because it's annoying when such lights are in your team. I wouldn't want to be in the other team. Because your team can be all purple, you can be all Kazna Fame guys, but if you don't see the enemies, but the enemies see you, it doesn't matter. The orange guys will all shoot you, because they have the targets. That simple. It's the map where lighting has a clear role. Spot enemies and kill enemy lights. Probably even killing enemy lights is the first priority. Well, it's actually always the first priority. Neutralizing the enemy lights, because then you can operate freely. And they're just doing neither of those. They are kinda controlling area, but that was not a priority thing at that moment. Okay, another episode, Malinovka. I'm in the Chinese. And what I do, the first thing, I spot the enemy light going to the bushes in the field. Because I want to get that guy killed, then I will probably fall back, but... Okay, I already changed my mind, I'm not falling back because the enemy team is all camping and I can afford to stay here a bit longer. There is 3090 going up there. Why? Why do you go there? You can see enemies from here. You are already very close to the whole enemy team. How did you expect to get there unspotted if enemies are to the left from you, to the right from you? They are from all sides. You can't hide yourself from everyone while you get into that bush. And I'm sitting all here just taking my target out. I'm already close enough to the enemies to spot them. There was no need to go to that bush. But okay, let's not forget that my primary goal still was spotting the enemy light tank which was going to the bush at the field. That is what I was trying to do. And well, sometimes you even get that light killed, but usually you just go there and scare it off and then fall back. It's just that the enemy team distributed across the map in such a way that I decided to stay here. Really hits my turret hair. I don't know, these staples on my turret. What do they call them? Okay, the light is still there and their light fired. Their light took the bush, which I was trying not to let him take. Can I say it like that? I wanted not to let their light take that bush. He managed to do it. It's a very powerful position. And then he just fires from it. He has some miserable 240 alpha. He has low penetration, look at the targets around. Probably he could see only armored targets. He has no final accuracy, but he fires his little alpha and blows his cover. His perfect cover. Like, that 1390 has beaten me in getting to the position, and then he just blew his cover. Unfortunately, our team didn't kill him again, but he must have died there. Really, just like our 1390, which was just evaporated, like poof. Same must have happened to their 1390. Unfortunately, it didn't, but it was very stupid, and if you shoot from the bushes like that, just assess the risks and assess what profit you can get from it. You'll make 240 hits. Okay, you're an autoloader, you'll make probably 2 shots. But then you are standing in the open, you are standing in the field, in front of the whole enemy team. And now I drive in, and guess what? Hello! You fired! Why are you standing? My whole team is aimed at you. Do you think that nothing will happen? You're shooting 50 meters from me. You think that I won't spot you? And then you just stand in the open. He fired the first one, and he wasn't moving. He was standing there. With half of the team aimed at there and like open to the whole world, saying like, everyone penetrate me. And it's obvious that he's standing open to our whole team, because he's just on top of the bump there, and whatever positions you can imagine, whatever positions our tanks take, they all can shoot him there, and that is what happened to that guy. This was a terrible gameplay from our 1390, from their 1390, from their 13105, so don't repeat these mistakes. And now we are going to see another example of light tanks not countering enemy light tanks. T100 is like the primary target. You need to counter T100. No other light is as dangerous, maybe RG251, but T100 can be a big trouble. And there we see MX13105 standing there, just why? What's the purpose? What are you going to spot there? Who are you going to shoot from there? Okay. And then the other lights here in this town area, they can hardly shoot me. Well, I'm also pretty low and everything, but you know, they don't make me troubles here while I scout. And I'm just getting their team wrecked. Look, that's one tank destroyer, that's the other tank destroyer. Look what happens to them. This is the fault of the light tanks. It's not that even that I do so much, it's that the enemy lights don't do anything and they allow me to do this. Bam, bam, -2 very strong tank destroyers, like with very dangerous guns. And then this guy just drives out on top of the hill in the place where 2 of his tank destroyers were just turned into dust in a few seconds. Like those tank destroyers like died in 5 seconds each. That's very strange. Just take these things into consideration when you play. Try not to make such mistakes. And you see, like, the battle is like not even 2 minutes long, and I mean our team is already winning totally just because the lights failed. It wasn't the fault of E4. Oh, finally you decided to do something about me. A bit late, mate. It's because lights don't play their role. They try to, I don't know, camp, to stay in the back, to deal some damage. Okay, dealing damage is necessary in lights. But in some situations, you have a clear role. In the beginning of the battle, you have to do this and that. And then you see, maybe my team needs me as a damager now. Maybe my team needs me as a scout now. Counter enemy light tanks, please. Because there is nothing special that I did to get these numbers. If one team has lights and the other team doesn't have lights, I mean as a role, which do what they're supposed to do, then the team without lights doesn't stand a chance. Seriously. On most maps. Maybe not on all, maybe not in Himmelsdorf, but in most maps like Live Oaks, like Westfield, team with lights, with normal lights, wins, and unfortunately the average skill level of lights is so low. It's horrible. Because we have a lot of light players and they have little idea of what to do. Light tank must damage, especially other light tanks. And light tank must eliminate enemy light tanks and must eliminate threat to his own team. And then provide assistance when needed and then damage when needed. Light tanks can damage, light tanks must damage. There are a lot of light tanks around that you penetrate, a lot of soft mediums, a lot of sides, you know, you can flank enemies. Light tank has very few advantages over other classes. It's camo, mobility, and usually sizes. So your goal is to use as many of your advantages as possible together, because you don't have that many. If you use only camo to get to the very first bush and sit there the whole battle, it won't be any good. So please don't copy these mistakes, and I hope that this video will help you seeing your own mistakes, how I see them when I meet such players, and that you won't repeat these mistakes. You will take, you'll make some analysis of this situation every time you play. And here we see just final moments of my battle in T-34-2. I finally 3-marked it, just, you know, wanted to brag about it a little, because I really like this tank with 122mm gun. Write in the comments the weird tanks that you like, but you know that everyone else hates them. Like T-34-2. I like T-34-2. I'm pretty sure some of you likes like Black Prince or Stur ML, or let's just share some weird tanks that we like in the comments. So, thank you for watching, guys, and see you in the next videos.